Hey, this is Mark, and today I've got an S6 with liquid damage in for data recovery. This one looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward. Just quickly looking at it without pulling shields, it looks like liquid got right here, and a little bit over here near the power button, but nothing too serious. A little bit by the battery connector. So first thing I wanted to do is check right in here, just because that looks bad. So I'm going to check for short to ground. This is a capacitor, so it should only beep on one side, and I can see that this side is clearly connected to ground. So yeah, I get a beep there, but then I also get a beep on the other side, and I shouldn't be getting that. So first thing I'm going to do is just pop that off and see if it's just that cap that was bad. Nope. So this guy is on that same line, so I'm going to pull him off with the little hot air.
Yeah, the spray on it is really good. Give it a look. It's the best thing I've ever done. Now to hear that Horizon are going to.
All right. Now, do we still have a short? Looks like we do. So now the next step is going to be to kind of look under these shields, see if it looks like water got under there. Maybe it did right around here. So I'll pull these shields off. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got some stuff there, so not going to be quite as easy as I'd hoped at first look. Not really much of anything down here. Alright, so this chip, it handles the charging. So I'm going to need that to be working. And then this guy right here connects power coming in from the battery to the main voltage line in the phone, and ties it into the charging circuit. So my goal still right now is to relieve that short. So I'm going to guess that it's probably this guy that's causing the short. This just looks really bad, and I bet underneath it it's going to be all black and corroded. Alright, so yeah, a lot of corrosion under there. So we'll just clean that up a little bit and then see if the short is still present. Now with this particular phone, the S6, doing chip off is always an option, but I save that as a last resort. If I can't get the phone booting, then I'll take the chip off and read the data. Because a lot of times people want application data, and sometimes that application data is encrypted, and the only way to get it is to make the phone boot. So that's always the first route I want to go, is just make it boot up again and work normally. Alright, so we'll flip this over and see, do we still have a short here? And it was reading 0.008, now it's 0.014, so I've improved things a little bit, but it's still not good. What I'm looking for is something like 0.3 to 0.4. So things don't really look too bad under here. Let's get a little farther. See what it looks like under this section. Nothing I'm too worried about under there.
Did you guys decide what you wanted You're getting me tomato soup? Oh, it's oh, do you not want me to get you soup then? I'm really hungry. Alright.
I don't think that's all.
It's alright, I know what I'm gonna eat.
Alright, so I'm going to pull off this little transistor, which ties battery into the main voltage line for the phone. Oh, look at that. That looks like shit.
No, I think that damages you. I don't know, this is the first one. So I think some things are different in the second
So
one.
I can get out of putting this chip back on if I just tie in the two, the source and the drain of the transistor, which just from reading the board, you can see like it's these guys and these guys. So these two and these three are all connected together, and then it's not clear on here, but these two and then these three are tied together, and then either this corner is ground or that corner is ground, and then the other one is the gate of the transistor. So if I just tie these two center sections together right here, it's going to give the same effect as if the transistor was still there and working.
He is my little face hugger. One of the monkeys took the glasses right off my head. Make it loud, make it think. That monkey is going to bed. New Mario Party's coming out, and I hope if Mario Party comes out and we don't get online like multiplayer, that you and me can play Mario Party all the time. That would be so much fun. I love Mario Party so much. Because you should always be like local, and I'm like, oh, I want to play online. I kind of want to play Splatoon. I've never played that.
It is really like, it's surprisingly difficult because of the way, like, you're kind of forced into using the motion control. And
Even the second one?
That's a really tough
That's the only way that it makes sense, because you do the fine aiming with the motion. And
Galaga 2 is out. I bet you they do that with the Switch too. The aiming of it. You couldn't eat my face. It's a game
the girls are talking about how hard Splatoon is.
Is that women have been possessed by demons of an amorous
All right.
effect, and you have to shoot them with ecstasy.
Let's get you guys tied together.
So that
Come
you can
on.
Suck up their demons.
All right.
It certainly
I think this will
doesn't
work.
seem that way whenever it like is happening. You can have these keys.
Okay. Now to see, is that short still present?
Yeah, Galaga 1 was like that. Galaga 2 very much like. Demons of an amorous variety.
I'll be the land and deliver.
It's a timed one. That's what these
So, no, now I'm getting no diode mode reading at all, which I'm going to guess is because I don't have the charging IC on there. I don't know for sure, but that seems to make the most sense. So what probably happened is under this transistor, it probably had the that line that's running to those caps shorted to ground. So let me see if I have one of these in stock. I think I do. This is the 77843. Let me just go dig through my Samsung chips. 7, 7,
I really want to play Octopath Traveler.
Where are you? No, I might not have it. I might have to reball this chip.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do about Nat, Cass? You gonna share?
If she'll eat it, yes. I can get mild.
If she's finding noodles, I'll have extra noodles.
Nat, do you want some noodles?
Hi,
She does
I'd like
love
to
it.
place a pickup order. I'd like these to be two
Okay.
separate orders.
I do not have that chip.
Okay, sorry, hold on. Hi, I'd like to place two separate orders if I can. The first one is going to be lamb vindaloo and chicken tikka masala.
So I don't have a new one of these, so I'm gonna hope that this one is not damaged internally. And you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna see if I can grab one off of a dinner board and just swap it over real quick.
Sorry, scratch that rice with both of them and then side orders.
All right, let's see. 77843. There we go.
Yeah. If she's gonna eat noodles, I'll get mad.
So what I'm going to try to do with this is get all of the balls melted underneath it and then lift straight up while they're all melted, and that should leave enough solder on the chip that I can just stick it right on the other board without having to reball it.
Mark, you want a chicken sog?
Yeah, chicken sog.
And chicken sog?
Okay, so a little bit of corrosion, which I can just kind of pick away. This is obviously a liquid damage donor, but I think this will still work.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Okay.
I also have this game that I just recently I love it. It's like a match 3 game, but it's like you're a therapist and you're trying to match bad feelings to get them away on your patient's side. Well, Dr. Meat.
No.
That's cute. Yeah. So like
All right, now
every patient's kind of
how did this go? It went like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's really so yeah, you're like a therapist. And this is what she's feeling. The dog's his version of it. So his like aspect of his masturbation is something. When you remove a teeth, when you remove a package, you get teeth. Red gets two. Yeah. Wait, red. You need more red, you know?
All right. Now let's see if that short. Well, the short is gone. Let's see if I'm getting a more correct diode mode reading on that line. Yeah, now I'm getting about 0.45, which that's probably good. So, ready to try this out with a battery and a screen and see if it's ready to boot up for me.
Inspire, you get a dragonfly, idiot. Spark.
There we go. We'll prompt it to boot. Yeah, and we have the Samsung logo. So I could wait for this to boot up and show that it has working touch and everything, but in my experience, once I see the Samsung logo, I'm good to go. If I run into any other problems, then I'll just hop back on and add on to the end of this video. So this one is done, and thanks for watching.